global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. PeterObi now has taken center stage over all political discourse, with Nigerians bringing out different debate critics, lovers, supporters, loyalists. Those who antagonize him are literally going on this particular issue, and to the point that the obedient movement and the convener of the obedient movement had to intervene by bringing out fact data and a challenge for those who are in the opposing camp to bring out their own facts and data concerning their prescribed or loved or sorted after politician. There's this little adage that's been said in Igbo parlance, this is one thing that some critics want PeterObi to do, of which he has, with this move, debunked, crushed, and literally corrected that notion. Some few hours ago, it took a public debate on what Obi has been doing. But right now, let's dive into the newspaper to find out exactly what transpired and why this has sparked a big debate. Now, according to the news, the presidential candidate of the 2023 election, using the platform of Labour Party, PeterObi, has clarified allegations that his recent charitable donations overwhelmingly favor the Southeast region. The clarification came through his former campaign spokesman and national coordinator of the Obedient Movement Worldwide, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, following an online debate sparked by a report from the Data and Artificial Intelligence platform. According to this platform, Obi spent 540 million naira on donations between January and July 2025, with the Southeast cornering the lion's share. The figures show that Anambra alone received 260 million, while Enugu followed with 120 million naira, all of them in naira of course, making a combination of 415 million naira for the Southeast out of the 540 million naira in total. The breakdown indicated Obi's philanthropic extended to 5 geopolitical zones, with Southwest excluded. The donations were as follows: Southeast 415 million naira, Northwest 60 million naira, North Central 60 million naira, South 35 million naira, and Northeast 6 million naira. Major beneficiaries in the Southeast included the College of Nursing Sciences, Amechi, that's 10 million naira, Paul University Awka, 30 million naira, IHM Health System, Anambra, 100 million naira, and Christ the King College, Onitsha, 50 million naira. Obi's philanthropic outside the region covered institutions such as Joseph D. Bagobiri Memorial College, Kafanchan, 20 million naira, Kubwa Anglican Comprehensive Secondary School and Hospital, Abuja, 20 million naira, 20 million naira, and Unical Faculty of Dentistry, Cross River State, another 20 million naira. Now, reacting to that controversy, Tanko defended Obi, stressing that the donations were personal gestures, not political maneuvers. Now, these donations are personal and they are on a continuous basis. He has not stopped, so don't be surprised that eventually donation may come from the north and supersede that of the south, he said. Tanko further challenged Obi's critics to demand transparency from other political leaders. He said, and I quote him word for word, "If there's any other candidate that have done that in his personal capacity, he should bring us his data. They should bring out their donation statistics on their own." He also noted that He also noted that Obi's interventions cut across regions and were not tied to any campaign. These are all personal donations, and we are continuing. We have not stopped. We are asking them to bring the donation that they have done, if there's any, he added. Nigerians have been reacting, but my colleague is in the house. This is just me now saying. There's this general saying that charity begins at home. Why would Obi start giving out things to outsiders when his home needs the attention? He was one time a governor of his state, so he understands the plight and the decadence and the decay in his state. Before you start giving food to outsiders, don't you think your home first you need to eat first? Before you start becoming a philanthropist, don't you think your household should at least be fed? And I like the answer Danko gave. But what's your take, really? Why would someone from his private money, personal business, trying to support Nigerians who are going through one thing or the other, support educational system and healthcare system from his personal money, be condemned, criticized, and ridiculed when those taxpayers' monies are being spent, hoarded, stolen, and no one is demanding for accountability? And these guys go scot-free and still come back for more elections, and nobody is holding them accountable. But yet they're holding PeterObi accountable and demanding transparency over his personal money. What's your take, please?
Well, I think that this whole thing is not even worth talking about. It's not worth debating. And the reason being that, this is PeterObi's personal money. It is not the money meant for, it's not the taxpayers' money, or maybe money that he stole when he was in power. At least the little that we know about his stay in power, there was no act of, corruption, any fraudulent move and all of that. So for me, it's an issue that should not be allowed to distort the support that people are giving to PeterObi. Now, looking at the ratio, the fact that it's contributing, it's something that should trigger more support for PeterObi. Jokes apart, just imagining someone who is using his personal fund and you are sitting back and auditing how much he's giving to the people. You've never even bothered to even talk about how much those who are elected into offices are giving to individuals and giving to service situations around them. And guess what? He's not even doing it to individual. He's doing it to mostly institution, trying to see how he can improve the situation of things in this. I mean, it's really shocking when I see people talk the way they talk. It should be a subject that should encourage them more to give him adequate support. Because the question is, if this man can use the funding or his personal funding to do this level of philanthropic move, then the future is brighter for us, because it clearly shows that he's satisfied with the much money that he has. So if he can contribute his own money, when he's being given the money to expend government money, which as he had done, because it's not just doing this act of philanthropism, there is also a track record. When he was given political position as a governor, there was a track record what he did. So for me, I don't even think that it's really what dignifies. Like somebody questioning how much I give from my pocket to people out there and even classifying it based on the 6 geopolitical zone. Is it not laughable? I mean, come on, think about it. If they do same to you, how would you feel? Someone sees you and because you start giving, started saying you gave to that man in the other street, you gave to this man in this street, you gave to your household, you gave more than you gave to that man at the other street. I mean, does it make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. So it's not even worth talking about. The only time that you can scrutinize and audit a man that way is when he is controlling the funds of a state, public funds. That's the only time you have the right to do that.
All right, we could go on and on, but that's where we are going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation. What's your take? Let's